Hello teachers and welcome to Give Me 5, Book 2, Unit 3. This is our MiniTUT series. And Lesson 1 means vocabulary. So let's jump straight into it. So we're using wild animals at the zoo to help our students understand how to use descriptors or adjectives. And like I said, we're using the backdrop of a zoo. So as you can see over here at our grammar point, we've got big ears, small ears, of course. 2 legs, 6 legs might be like that. Yellow ears, brown ears, that's okay too. But of course, that's very simple stuff, okay? What we really want to focus in on words like dangerous or poisonous or scary, something like this. Anyway, let's take a look at our vocabulary down over here. That's crocodile, lion, snake, monkey, and penguin. And of course, we have elephant, lizard, giraffe, hippo, and tigers. Now we're going to use this opportunity to help reinforce the ending sounds. And so, as you can see over here, we've got a whole bunch of great vocabulary. And this is now crocodiles with the ending sound z, and elephants with the ending sound s. So, in order to help our students become aware of those sounds, we are going to throw them up on the board. Now we're going to have s, z, and is. Now, unfortunately, none of these nouns have an is ending. However, if you want to, as a teacher, you can throw up the word fox. You could throw up the word fish. Okay, and you could throw up the word finch. Okay, that's a type of bird. And of course, the ending sound for fox is foxes, fishes, and finches. And so that'll help to reinforce that sound and to help the students to have better phonemic awareness with the z ending and the s ending. Okay. So once we've got that down for our once we've got that on the board, we will then say, all right, boys and girls, table number 1, I want you to do 1, 2, 3, and of course table number 1 is going to go s, z, and is. Good job, table number 1, you guys get 5 points. Table number 4, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. S, z, is, and of course everybody will then shout that out. If they didn't do a good job, don't give them full points. And you'll do the same for table number 2 and table number 3 as well. Okay, so just like that. So make sure that they have great phonemic awareness, and then what you're going to do is then you're going to throw it up on the board. And of course, you're then going to ask individual students to stand up. All right, Bob, stand up. I want you to do 1, 2, and 3, 4. And Bob's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Give Bob his points and then ask him to sit down. Good job, Bob. All right, Sally, stand up, please. Sally stands up. And Sally, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Sally will then read those 4 words. Good job, Sally, sit down. And then ask for any other student volunteers. Once you're satisfied that the students are able to say those nouns properly with the ending sounds, then we move on to the next step. All right, now the next step would then be to throw in adjectives, and you're going to need to help the students understand what some of these words are, because of course in the book we only have dangerous, but I want the students to now learn more, and that would then be poisonous, deadly, savage, unstoppable. So help your students understand what those are, perhaps in their home language, or you could give them a couple of examples. Of course, all crocodiles are deadly. Of course, all elephants are savage. They're not domestic. You don't have them in your house. Of course, all hippos are unstoppable. They are huge and crazy. So all of these animals share very similar qualities, traits. And so I want you to make sure that the students understand what these nouns are, as well as they need to be able to pronounce them properly. So you could then have, all right, Bob and Sally are going to stand up. So here's Bob, here's Sally, here we go, Sally, and Sally will then stand up. All right, Bob and Sally, this is word set number 2. Bob and Sally, read for me. 3, 2, 1, go. And they'll say monkey, lizard, poisonous. Good job, Bob, you get a point, or a card. Good job, Sally, you get a point. And then ask them to sit down. All right, here's set number 3, and we're going to ask Bill, and we're going to ask Betty, and Betty's going to stand up, and Bill's going to stand up. Alrighty, set number 3, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Lion, hippo, savage. Good job. Give them their points and ask them then to sit down. Okay, so once you've been through all of your sets, set 1, set, oh goodness me, set 3, set 4, and then set 5, you can then move on to the next part of our lesson. All right, and here we go. We're going to move on to jungle, grasslands, and trees. Help your students understand where the jungle is, grasslands, trees, and water. These words are not particularly difficult. I believe our students should be able to understand this by now. If not, just give them a quick understanding and move on quickly. It's not that difficult, whereas dangerous, poisonous, deadly, savage, and unstoppable are not the easiest words for them to be able to say. All right, now we move on to the next part, and that would then be what's in the book. And the book is the chant or the song, and you're going to have your students then read it as a class. I'm a wild animal, I'm dangerous, I live in the jungle, I've got 4 legs and I'm orange and black, grr, I'm a tiger. Now, that is for the whole class to now focus in on. If the students are not focused and if you feel that they need more practice, then you'll throw up the other verse in that song, okay? And then you could have team number 1 and 2 would do this, team number 3 and 4 would do that. Then you say, team number 3 and 4, stand up please, read for me, 3, 2, 1, go. Good job, team number 3 and 4, you guys get points. Team number 1 and 2, ready, set, go. Oh, not so good, you guys as a team haven't read so nicely. But the point of this activity is to help our students to, bring up their energy, bring up their level. And now we're going to focus them in on the next part of our lesson. And that would then be, if you feel that the students are not good enough, you can of course ask them to do it again and again if you need to. If you don't need to, that's okay, move on quickly. Because we want them to move on to this part, and that would now be for the teacher to say, all right, boys and girls, open your books and underline dangerous, and they all underline dangerous. Underline grasslands, and they all underline grasslands. Long hair, yellow and brown, and I'm a lion. And what you're going to do is you're then going to give them a piece of paper that has the words removed. Why? I think you guys already know. What the students are going to do is they're going to now substitute in their pieces of paper the words on the chalkboard. So the student is going to write down their name. So for example, Bob, and Bob's going to write down the date, for example, whatever, 1, 2, 3, whatever it might be. And then Bob and Sally and Betty and Jim and everybody are all going to then have a piece of paper, and they're all going to substitute. Now, everybody is going to choose the word crocodile because everybody loves dangerous animals. And they're all going to say crocodile is dangerous and lives in the water, okay? So we don't want that. What you're going to do is you're going to now assign. You're going to say, all right, table number 1, you guys can use, table number 1, you guys can use monkey, crocodile, snake, and lion. Table number 2, you guys can use lion, penguin, elephant, and lizard. Table number 3, you guys can have elephant, lizard, giraffe, and hippo. And table number 4, you guys can have tiger, monkey, snake, and lizard to choose from. This way you will have an even spread of the animals that the children are using over here. So at the very least, students will then have some spread. Once the students have finished writing it, you're going to walk around the classroom, you're going to check on their piece of paper, you're going to go check, check, check. You're going to correct it where it is wrong or where it's incorrect. And once it is correct, you're going to ask the students to stand up and read their little paragraph. You can give them individual points, or you can give them a reading point on the board, or you can do a writing point. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. But the point is that the students have to do this work individually. Now, once the students have finished their work individually, what you're then going to do is you're then going to ask them to exchange pieces of paper, and you're then going to ask their friends to change the word. So not I am a wild boar, but because it's Bob, Bob is a wild animal. So he is a wild animal. He is dangerous. He lives in the water, whatever. He has got. And finally, he is, and he is whatever. He is a blah, 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 blah. Okay, easy. So now we've done the third person, which is really a successful way of helping to reinforce that content over there. All right, teachers, that is how we're going to do it for our lesson. And so I really do hope you have a bit of fun with that. Please let me know how it goes in your class. I'm so curious to find out how it works. Good luck and happy teaching. See you next time. Bye-bye.